All right, well, hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Trek, February 2nd, Groundhog Day, I believe. I don't know, did he see a shadow this morning? But hopefully, we've had a great winter so far, and hopefully we're gonna have a nice transition into spring. So I'm glad you're here with us this morning. So just a few ground rules as we get going here. Just want to let you know that the session is being recorded this morning, so just keep that in mind. I would encourage you to put your camera on. If you use the gallery view, you can fully participate. And actually, I'm going to stop my screen sharing here so you can kind of see everybody's faces that are on this morning. This is Trek is a monthly gathering of entrepreneurs and others to support and connect entrepreneurs. We use a little play on words there, connect, K-I-N-N-E-C-T, because we're kin. And we're on this journey together. We know that being a successful entrepreneur isn't a sprint, it's a journey. And so we're here to be a partner on your entrepreneurial journey. Everybody's welcome at these meetings. So they're open to anyone interested in learning about entrepreneurship or supporting our great area entrepreneurs. There's no attendance requirements, no fees. It's open to anyone and everyone. So first Tuesday of every month, 9 to 9:50 a.m. While this one is virtual, we do hope to move to in-person soon. So just stay tuned. The latest on the format for the meetings will always be on the Trek web page on the Advanced Thief River site. Just another reminder as well, if you've got some background noise, we encourage you to mute yourself. I'm hearing a little bit of background noise right now, so mute yourself unless you're going to be speaking. And also you're welcome to put your chat or comments in the chat box. So before we get going I just want to mention a big thank you to our sponsor. This month's sponsor is Border Bank. So we really appreciate Border Bank's support of Trek. Also introducing our Trek guides. This is our organizing team: Mike Berry, Beth Nelson, Brian Carlson, John Severson, Kendall DeHaan, Kelsey Broading, Angie Wessling, and myself, working together for these things. Just real quick, a couple of announcements. Money Smart for small business recordings and a ton of other business training is available to you as a business. We've made links on our Trek web, on the Advanced Thief River website. If you go to the business tab, there will be a business resource library, and there are a ton of trainings available right now. Many different things available. So I would encourage you to check that out. Also, PPP funds, second round is available now. So if you don't know enough about that, I would encourage you to contact your local banker, and they can answer any questions you would have about that program and how that PPP works. There have been many changes to the program since it's first rolled out. So if you weren't interested and didn't participate in the first round, you might still, it might be changed enough that it might be something you would and should look at for this time around. So with that, we are going to give out our first door prize. So our first door prize is for best mug. And if you want to see everybody's mugs, you're going to need to change your view to gallery view and hold up your mug.
Okay, let's see. What do we got? Ooh.
Beth is going to pick for us.
Oh, it's a tough one. I mean, Drew, that's pretty striking, but that's pretty cool. I bet you are the world's best boss.
What has Kim got there?
Yeah, his is going in and out with the
Open part of
background.
your face cam. Every time you put it to the side, your virtual background's taken over.
Pretty high-tech technology there.
That's
I
a
keep missing it.
disappearing mug. It's a virtual mug.
I have a
Disappearing
paper
mug. That's pretty cool.
What do you
That
think?
should win.
Okay, yep. Sorry, Angie. We're gonna have to go with Kim's disappearing mug, the chameleon.
Oh, hey, and so what does he win, Beth? think you win
Well,
something.
we have some really neat Trek logoed mugs available that Angie, is it okay if he stops by the office and picks up?
Hey, cool. So Kim, you
Thank
win
you.
one of our great Trek mugs. Wow, what a great way to start out Groundhog's Day. All right, and so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mike, and he's going to introduce our first presenters.
Well, thank you, Michelle, and thank you everybody for showing up. And Steve and I go way back with the coffee because he used to stop in the store and would always visit around the coffee. So we've been that for many, many years. So appreciate the friendship. And the groundhog did see his shadow. So I just want to point that out so that we have 6 more weeks of winter. So
Okay.
but with that, I just want to introduce Steve and Ladora. They opened Baker Street Sales in 2005 as a trailer vending market. And since then, a lot of things have changed. I'm going to let them explain all the changes, but let's just give a nice welcome to Steve and Ladora. Thanks, you guys.
Thank you for having us. We feel honored to be a part of this and to explain our journey and our plans for the future. Like you said, Mike, and back in about 2005, we started with a small food vending trailer. We're targeting mainly farm auctions and gatherings. There used to be a lot of small farm auctions, large farm auctions. We targeted that area pretty hard for a few years and jumped into some bigger and better equipment with trailers and did several festivals, downtown Thief River Falls, lunch hours, concerts, large community events. We were part of that for a few years. And Ladora sold her lunch wagons last fall to one of our very good employees who will do just fine with that. She'll be changing the name of it, but everything, the food and the good service will be the same. So Cassie Gunderson Berg and her husband Chris purchased our food vending trailers at the end of 2019. And this gives us more time to concentrate on, we currently own a shuttle bus, fun bus business, providing fun, safe transportation to area concert venues, entertainment venues. Wedding shuttles have been popular, birthday parties, visiting there's a lot going on in Northwest Minnesota too, that people can attend. And we've been doing very well with that. The pandemic did slow that down quite a bit, but things will get back to normal with that. We all were confident on that should start to roll pretty good. So watch for that on our Facebook page, and we are going to launch a new portion of Baker Street Sales with the entertainment rental business. And I get asked quite often, what is the entertainment rental business? What that is quite a few items you would need to host a private party, graduations, weddings, reunions, birthdays, anything that you would need to make your gathering fun and easy for you. We're here to make that easy for you. Outdoor tent rentals, a large 12-foot wooden bar, a portable bar with ice tubs, liquor rails, lights, margarita machines, popcorn machines, large coffee pots, and a Blackstone, 36-inch Blackstone grill with air fryers built into it for entertaining large groups that might be just watch for our website, excuse me, on our Facebook page. We're excited to launch our website here at the beginning of February was our goal, and we're real close. So that'll explain everything we have to offer. contact information, prices, availabilities. I'll just get a hold of Lenora and I. All of that information will be on Facebook and our website. And then it'll be easy to make reservations, and we're excited. I'm sure we'll have to make some tweaks and adjustments to it, but we will do our very best to make it easy. We want to get it out early to target all the area graduations, not only Thief River Falls, but all the surrounding communities. So we're pretty excited about that. And we will have enclosed trailers, so everything's mobile. We're going to offer setup and tear down of our tents, and most importantly, delivery and pickup of all the equipment. We're going to make it as easy as possible for people. So pretty excited about our new business. The shuttle bus business is going to start to go good again. There's a need for that in Northwest Minnesota. Like I said, not only in Thief River Falls, but all the surrounding communities should be able to use this service. We're hoping. So pretty excited. Any questions about what I just rambled on a lot about what our future is here and what we plan on doing.
And we are thinking of expanding into chairs and tables also. But we'll have to buy another trailer for that and keep that separate.
I think we're going to purchase one more trailer and fill it with chairs and tables. Their Ace Rental can only handle so much per weekend, so there's a need for expansion in it too. A lot of people book at the same time, and we're going to run into that problem. So, are there any questions about what we just talked about?
It was super exciting. Really excited for you about this new venture.
Mhm.
And I think it's interesting how the two work together so nicely. They complement each other, the different parts of your business.
Mhm.
How long, I mean, have you always considered yourself an entrepreneur? I mean, going way back or
Yes, like back in 05, Lenora and I started with about a $1,200 or $1,300 little trailer, and we just started purchasing equipment. We'd have a successful event, and we'd buy something, and we'd expand. And so we're always thinking. We both think alike, and that's probably why we get along so good with one another. Lenora handles a lot of the business that there's a lot of work behind the scenes, and especially when we were in the food service business, it's a lot of work. And we were fortunate enough to get through it together as a couple, and it was fun to work together, but not always. Cleaning up all the equipment and so on. It's a lot of work. We're not known to sit still. We like to keep busy.
yeah. And I have to say, this is just a comment. I always admire husband and wife teams that work together. I think that takes a special bond too. What would you say about, just your individual roles in the business and how you work together?
Oh, the food service portion, when we were going, Lenora is very well known for good product and taking care of large crowds and having extremely good food. And I was behind the scenes setting up early in the morning, cleaning up equipment in the evening. We each had our own specialty there. Lenora was very good with customer service and good products. And she continues to do that she handles a lot of our reservations and accommodations for our bus, and we'll continue to do that with our rental business.
We work well together. He does the before and after, and because I don't work in the summer because I work at Northwood College, so it worked out perfect. He could go before work and after work, and I would just do all the work in between.
I still have some of that flexibility. I'm very fortunate to work for the J. Swanson Agency as an agent in the insurance industry, and it gives me some flexibility to come and go. And Jay's more than happy to let me do that. And it exposes people to the public and building relationships, and that goes along with any type of business here. Whether it's our business or Drew's business or Kim's business, any business, you have to build relationships with people. build not only relationships, but you build a bond and a friendship and earn their trust. That's very important in anything you're going to do in life. I've been very fortunate to meet a lot of good people.
And have a lot of good staff. We have very good employees all summer long.
Yes.
They were wonderful.
We have a 16-year-old son that is maybe not quite as excited about the tent rental business as I am, but I just, for example, I said, you pick one good friend to rely on, and you're gonna deliver these tents, and you're gonna set them up on Fridays, and you're gonna go get them on Sundays or Mondays. And I said it's a good opportunity to build that savings account up to buy a new snowmobile next year. So
Right.
little things. He's not quite as excited about it, but once he gets rolling, he will be. So he has the muscles to set up and tear down these tents, and so I believe that the pickup and delivery and setup and tear down is going to be very popular amongst people, because when they're having a wedding or a graduation or a birthday or any gathering, it's just going to take that much stress and pressure off of the people. We're just a phone call away, and we hopefully can accommodate people.
Yeah,
How-
sure.
I have a question, Steve. How many employees do you guys have? And I've noticed over the years that you have the same people that seem to come and help you. And what is a success to that?
I'm going to have Ladora answer that. She did most of the hiring of our staff when, especially when we were in the food service business. And that there again, I would have to speak on. I'll let Ladora talk a little bit, but building friendship and bonds, and they not only work together, they have fun.
Yes, I think it's important to have fun. And I believe in paying people well if they're good. And it keeps the same employees there. We have a very good bond. We actually still are all very good friends, even outside of working together. They're just wonderful. They know what to do. It's just been very, very good employees.
Thank you.
Other questions or comments for Steve and Ladora?
Not really a question, but just a compliment that I was able to kind of get a behind the scenes look at their operation a little bit when I helped Brady transfer their new bar. So now they have like two 12-foot bars, which is extremely impressive. So I just want to comment, they have a lot of really cool stuff that I would be really excited to use if it was a graduation or like a Super Bowl party or anything like that. And just as far as them as people, I didn't even know them until that day, really. But by the time I left, I feel like I've been friends with them for years. So just overall couldn't be more impressed with them as people and business owners.
Thank you, Drew.
Thank you.
Likewise, Drew.
Thank you.
Yeah, relationship.
I'd also make a comment that
Go ahead.
we've been fortunate that Steve's kind of become the official transport for the girls' high school hockey team. We had a group of parents that got to use his bus last year, and we'll be taking another day trip this season. And it's a great opportunity for us as parents to sit, relax, visit. You don't have to worry about the roads. Steve takes care of everything. Great atmosphere, and of course, tons of fun. So thank you for that, Steve.
Thank you, Beth, and go Prowlers.
Yeah. We don't worry so much if they win or lose when we're on the bus.
We make it fun, no matter
Yeah.
the outcome of the score of the game. So you can always win with Baker Street Sales.
That's a good slogan.
That's a new athletic motto, or I'm lost for words. We'll have to use that, Ladora.
No, when I'm hearing so many of these comments in regard to this presentation, Steve and Ladora, I'm reminded of something I heard, I don't know, it was quite a few years ago, but given all things being equal, people choose to do business with people they know and like. And when I hear, so much emphasis on relationship, both in terms of your employees and your customers, you guys are just a fantastic example of the power of relationship. So kudos to you for understanding that and being such a good example of that.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Michelle. And some of the ways we've built relationships is volunteering in the community. We've been, when we lived in St. Hilaire, we were involved with numerous events in that, in the small community. I just hit my 10 year on the St. Hilaire Vintage Snowmobile Show committee. Hopefully we get some younger blood to take over my position with that. It's been a fun 10 years. Ladora served a term on the Chamber of Commerce here in Thief River, and I'm currently a director on the chamber. We're active in our church. We're in the community a lot with different events.
I'm on the fair board.
We're on the Pennington County Fair Board as well, which is a lot of fun, and we do have this fair scheduled for this year. So providing everything lines up, we'll have a good county fair again this year.
I don't know if you saw the message from Heidi in the chat. She said, Steve and Ladora do a fabulous job. 2 exclamation points. If you leave hungry or unhappy, it's on you.
Oh, good. Yes, it's important to get out and about in your community and have, there again, Michelle, it goes back to building relationships and friendships. So it's, if you're in a small business or any type of business, you have to be visible.
Yes. Any other questions or comments for Steve and Ladora? And also, Steve and Ladora, do you have any questions for us? You know, that's the other role of Trek, is that we can be a sounding board for entrepreneurs that maybe want to, you know, put some of their ideas, maybe things, future plans out for some feedback. So
just if you're use the resources that are out there, like Trek, to there's lots of opportunities, advanced TRF, to they're here to help us and to help us grow. We use the resources that are out there is what the advice I would like to give people, and it's only going to help you.
all right. Well, hey, thank you so much. Let's show our appreciation to Steve and Ladora. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for having us.
Really appreciate you sharing your story with us. Another great story of inspiration. So at this time, we're going to call on Kelsey Broading, one of our trekkers. Kelsey, if you could introduce our second presenter.
Yes, so our next guest speaker is Kim Rosendahl. He has practiced physical therapy since 2000 and with the last 17 years in town here. He opened his own private practice in 2014 and most recently opened a speed and agility gym at the Ralph. So we're excited to hear more about that. So thank you, Kim, for joining us this morning.
Well, thanks, Kelsey. It's good to be here. It's fun to be able to share of what we're doing and hear from Steve and Ladora. So I also do have my wife, Sarah, on here. So that's the Sarah down there. So if you want to poke your face out, Sarah, it'd be okay. You talk about working with your spouse, and Sarah works with me at Rehab Authority. She's our master patient services representative. For some reason, it matters that we get paid to her more than anybody else. So she does a great job. So yeah, so I'm going to just talk a little bit about my journey, I guess. Moved to Thief River Falls in 2003, worked at Dakota Clinic, which became Merit Care, which soon became Sanford, and worked there until 2014 when I got this wild hair that said, you know, maybe you should do it by yourself. Or I never thought to be an entrepreneur. It wasn't really something I wanted. You know, it wasn't a thing in 2000 really for PTs to start a private practice. But I found an organization that I kind of line up with well with my values, and opened in 2014. Started with myself and one other employee. Now we have a total of 3 physical therapists, 2 PT assistants, 2 front office coordinators, and a rehab tech. So that's gone well. You know, the pandemic has taken us down about 25% in the last 9-10 months, so we're with less people leaving the house, less surgeries, but we're still, our thing is, I think we do a really good job in PT, but we also build the relationships like Steve and everybody has talked about. When you come in, you're a friend, and it's really rare for me. You all are far too healthy, because rarely do I talk somewhere where I don't know, or where I haven't seen a group of people as a patient. So, and I don't think I've ever seen any of you. So, some of your family maybe, but so, during this, so we treat, we do physical therapy on post-surgery, back pain, neck pain, knee pain, whatever, kind of typical physical therapy stuff. But the last few years, I've kind of got into this speed and agility work, and I saw a great opportunity to work with Tim Berglund at the Ralph, to work with athletes in the summer, to use the acceleration treadmill, running treadmill there, and then do circuit training. And the summer just lined up where I grew it from 18 2 years ago, which was kind of my kids, my two sons and their friends, to 40 the summer before. And then this past year, parents were just wanting their kids to do something. And I had 120 kids sign up for this. And it's a 2 times a week for 6 weeks. And Tim shortly said, "You want to just buy this from me?" And I'm like, well, I hadn't thought of that either, but okay, let's do it. So Tim still runs the hockey treadmill, doing a good job of that. But I've now incorporated a boxing and fitness class where John Ivanishin, who works for me at Rehab Authority and now at Elite Athletics, does. I'm doing speed and agility camps. There's still the hockey treadmill. We started some straight running treadmill things now for track athletes. And the new thing I'm working on is we're going to start Elite Athletics Hockey Academy and Elite Athletics Basketball Academy. So it's going to be something in the summer, twice a week for 8 weeks. There's going to be, for the Basketball Academy, I'm going to get high school coaches or college coaches to do a basketball part. We'll do the speed and agility part. I'm going to buy a jump trainer called the Vertimax for the basketball side, and then for the hockey side, there'll be dry land, stick puck shooting, stick handling, speed and agility circuit, and hockey treadmill. So that's going to be, I'm kind of finalizing that with the coaches now, and then you'll start hearing about that. So my goal is to keep kids from seeing the need to play checkbook hockey, as I hear it's called, that they can stay here and get better stuff than just going to spend a lot of money playing on a tournament. So I don't know about all that. I do know about traveling basketball, but I do think there's a big market for kids to work on fundamentals and to get better here in town instead of having to go away to do that. So I'm really excited about that because I have 2 basketball player sons. And I just have most of the people who work out in the gym, weight room part, are hockey players. So I've developed a lot of relationships with those hockey players now through Elite Athletics. So that's my newest thing. I like to create. It seems I didn't know I was that way either, but I do, and it's a lot of fun for me. So that's kind of my journey. Trying to think about things I've learned. This was, I mentioned to Michelle and Kelsey that I actually went to talk to Mr. Carter Rogala's class yesterday about this same thing. So I spoke for 45 minutes. So I could go on, but I don't need to go on today. One thing I have learned, and Steve and Ladora and you all know, it seriously is about relationships. When I go out in the community, go visit people or go speak at a Rotary Club meeting, people come in, and that's why it's maybe been a little harder for me through Rehab Authority, because I haven't been able to be as visible in the community. We haven't had the Chamber of Commerce mixers like we used to have. So I hope that all can come back soon, because we need that. We need those relationships as humans, but our businesses also need that also. So I guess I that's all I was thinking of.
All right, well, that was great, Kim. Questions for Kim? Or comments?
Kim,
Um,
this is, oh, go ahead.
Go for it.
This is Angie Westling, Kim.
Hello.
And I just gotta tell you that, when you say that relationships mean a lot or whatever, it's true, because my mother doctors lots of places and does a lot of doctoring. Excuse me. And she always has the nicest things to say about you and
Oh,
about your
okay.
staff. And my mom is Rose Ty. I don't know.
Yep, I knew that.
And she's a very nice woman, but she also is very opinionated. And if she doesn't like something, you're gonna know. And she always has very, very positive things to say about you and your staff. And I don't know, I feel like one of them was pregnant at one time and her therapy ended and she was like, I had to call and find out if she had her baby. And I
Yep.
mean, she just got very vested in your family there. And and that's how she explained it, was that you and your team were a family, and that
Yes,
goes a long way.
thank you.
Goes a very
Yeah,
long way.
yeah, Rose is interesting. She used to come in, our front office coordinator who no longer works for us. Rose would tell her that she needed to wear makeup or wear lipstick. Do you have your lipstick on, Carrie? So, I mean, that's how comfortable she felt here, and we loved it. We love her. So, thank you,
Well,
Angie.
Yep.
I was just gonna say, I'm gonna try not to ramble. I'm very impressed by your flexibility, especially for someone who claims not ever intended to be an entrepreneur. But I think it's a great story for being open to opportunity when it presents itself, even when we don't know it's going to.
Yes.
I could probably ask a ton of questions because you're talking about sports, and that's my primary love outside of business, and family. So when you talk about, so I have two questions. One on the rehab side of things, or do you believe more in prevention of injury, and is that a lot of what you work on, or is it all about after someone's injured and that's when you see them mostly? And then on the flip side, from the hockey programming side, completely agree with you. Way too much money is being spent on summer tournaments rather than developing kids. I'd love to keep them local. But with that, is Kim still involved with that kind of stuff with you and things like that, or is it more you're working with I guess I'm curious how that works too.
So, first question, I may have lost it.
So are you do you focus a little bit on prevention as well as rehab, or is it all just rehab after an injury occurs, was the first question.
Well, yes, thank you for asking, Drew. I would love to be more prevention oriented in physical therapy. And part of that is why I believe in Tate's gym, all the gyms. You know, when I was going to buy Elite Athletics, I actually texted, because Tate and I have a good relationship. We work together, and I said, you know, I'm buying this gym. It's nothing against you. And he said, our biggest battle is getting people off the couch, not about fighting about how many gyms there are in town. And that stuck with me. So the medical system in America, unfortunately, is really about after the wellness part. Yeah, it's when you get hurt, when you have surgery. I would love for everybody to be working out, taking care of themselves. And I'm hoping that this pandemic will actually help people see that, well, we need to cut down on some of our comorbidities, you know, and get active. And there's places to do that, you know. And so we don't do a lot of that in physical therapy, but we do try to help people to learn what they can do to help themselves when they're done. Okay. What exercises should you do? Now, I do have a gym, and I have had adults sign up to use the gym, and then I go and train them how to use the machines. So in that part, you know, that's a positive thing. Second thing is Tim still helping? Yes. You know, Tim is the face of hockey. I'm not. So Tim is doing the high-speed treadmill with kids. Isaac, his son, is helping him some. Now, as far as my Elite Athletics Hockey Academy, I have talked to him, and he's totally for this, more so than the checkbook hockey, as it's called. So what I see is that he'll be running the treadmill with the kids, and every session the kids will get treadmill time. There'll be another hockey person doing the stick handling and the shooting. And then me or my team will be doing the circuit training, like we do with speed and agility camp, box jumping, cones, that type of thing. So they're going to get an hour and a half, 2 times a week for 8 weeks. And then there'll also be a part where they're going to go into a classroom and these hockey people are going to actually talk the game to help improve their hockey IQ. Because when you're coaching, and I always say, you don't become an athlete during the season. You become a basketball player. And it's during this little pause, I'm an essential business, so I was able to keep kids coming in at Rehab Authority. I had 50 kids keep coming in and exercising 3 days a week with me during that time and doing a circuit here. And it's amazing how each sport would show weaknesses and strengths in different things. I can't get a wrestler to be able to jump up on a box because they're always on the ground. It's hard to get a basketball player to do pull-ups where a wrestler can do 25, 30 pull-ups, So we need athletes that can do everything at least decently well to make some good teams. And that's what I want to stand in that gap at Elite Athletics to help that happen. Thanks for asking, Drew.
Absolutely. I'm very in favor of what you're doing.
Thank you.
Just, I'm not as familiar with your business as I would like to be. But just for others who may not be familiar, you've mentioned Elite Athletics several times. And of course, your business, I believe, is Rehab Authority. How do those two work together? What's the relationship?
Yeah. Well, Rehab Authority is physical therapy, which somebody gets hurt or has pain or has surgery. They come in, we work through insurance to rehabilitate them and try to bring them back to their prior level of function. So that's kind of 45 hours to 50 hours in my week. And then Tuesday and Thursdays, I'm done at noon. And then I go over to Elite Athletics is what I named the gym at the Ralph, down in the basement of the Ralph. And that's where I do the speed and agility camps, where I have gym members, where we have the high-speed hockey treadmill that Tim Berglund works for me doing, where I have my coworkers here that run the acceleration running treadmill. So that's kind of the other part. They're just two different things that are kind of related, I guess.
But are they both under your ownership as a business, or just two things that you do?
Elite Athletics is 100% my ownership. Rehab Authority, I'm the owner of this clinic, but there's 120 clinics in the U.S. Mainly, we're the furthest east. That's all out west in California and Colorado and Vegas. So I have people that help me there with IT, with human resources, where I got Sarah to help me at Elite Athletics.
Okay.
Which I'm good. I'm more ready at 46 than I was at 39 to be. I understand business. I didn't understand business very well 7 years ago.
Thank you.
Hey, Kim, this is Beth Nelson. And just a quick question on the hockey side of things. Do you anticipate down the line maybe being able to do any kind of on-ice power skating as part of the?
Ooh, yeah. That's another term I've never heard of. Yeah.
But is there anything on ice maybe coming in the future, power skating wise?
Well, the gentleman that I kind of have pegged to be a big part of this, he actually mentioned power skating, that he'd be willing to do a power skating camp, like maybe right after the season. I had words like edges and, power skating, and that doesn't mean much to me, but I know crossovers. So yeah, I mean, I'm relying on people that know stuff. And again, this is based on relationships, I mean, everything's going to go through Tim is a guy I'm going to sound on
Yep.
But I need to find other people to actually be the worker bees. So I think Tim is busy with his own things, you know, and Tim greatly supports this type of thing. So I could see that. I mean, I'm willing, Beth, to hear what you're thinking too. And Drew, all you hockey people.
There's like they'll do like maybe a fall getting ready camp, and then maybe another like a spring wind down from the season type of thing.
Yep.
I think it's awesome if we could incorporate that with the stuff that you're already doing.
Okay. All right. So you're thinking like a week-long camp, or
Well, the ones
every
that,
day, or what?
there's a program in Grand Forks that seems to have a lot of success. Langy Edge, it's called. It's strictly, you know, they don't even have their sticks most of the time. It's strictly skating.
Yep.
A couple times a week for say 3 to 4 weeks.
Okay.
Tune-up period.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What can you say that name again?
It's called Langy Edge, Chris Langy. And
Okay.
it's Langei is the last
Okay.
name.
Okay.
That
All
would
right.
be, I think that would be great to have something local, since obviously we've got a fantastic arena to use.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we have all this nice infrastructure, but we need somebody to come along to own it, you know, to do that. And that's kind of where I see myself falling.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Because I'm like Drew, I kind of think I deal in sports. I say I'm not that good at that much, but I understand sports and how to train kids and that type of thing.
All right. Comment from Terry. Just wanted to say that it's so nice to see everyone on today. What he loves about Thief River Falls is that more often than not, we have personal connections with so many. Thief River Falls is a great place to live and do business. And I think we've heard that, you know, throughout our trek today. We've heard that for sure. Thanks for sharing that, Terry. Do we have any other questions or comments for Kim?
No one does. I'd love to ask one more.
Go for it.
I'll go after you, Drew.
No, you can go, Tate. I already asked one. Everyone who knows me knows I can talk for a very long time, so I'll let you go.
I'm right with you. I just wanted to say it was really fun listening to you, Kim, and Stephen Lador too. But I think what you're talking about, Kim, is awesome. I think it's exactly what our town needs, and I think it's really cool that, you know, our visions can kind of come together and just start raising up the health and fitness of this community. Like building a strong, healthy community for my kids to grow up in is a big part of why I'm doing what I'm doing too. And it's awesome to see what you guys are doing over there. I hear a lot of great things, and really excited to see where it all goes. So way to go, man.
I hear you're killing it at St. Bernard's too.
Stand right outside the door right now.
All right. Great school.
For sure.
All right. And Drew, did you have a question or comment?
I did. My comment quickly would be good luck. I wish you the best luck in convincing parents they're better off not paying thousands of dollars to play more games in the summer and they should train instead. But I hope it works for you. Absolutely. My question to you. So if someone like comes in and like, where's the deciphering point between when they need Tate's gym versus your gym versus rehab? Like, where is that? Is there a simple way of explaining how someone should know where to go when they're feeling certain ailments or trying to recover, whether it's like weightlifting versus rehab versus exercise at gym? Like, I feel like there's like many options in your world and Tate's world.
Yeah.
Do you have a simple way of answering the very convoluted question I just asked?
And, you know, I don't want to speak for Tate but I think I kind of know what he does. I think it's what a person wants to do. You know, I mean, I would say that my gym, I mean, the classes are one thing. If you want to do like an adult speed and agility type thing, we can do that. You know, that's not for everybody. The low level, less trained person is going to have to start low. And you can start at great, you know, you can start with Tate, you can start with me, but somebody who's more deconditioned and not confident in their movement abilities, is going to need more one-on-one time. And so I don't know if there's an easy answer. I think just to get people moving is the big thing. And hopefully if they're not getting any one-on-one time with a trainer, with somebody, there's going to be some trouble. They're going to break down, get hurt, that type of thing. Okay, Sarah has something she wants to contribute.
Hi, I've been listening. So, just, I think one part of your question had authority and the gyms, and just Kim touched on the fact that the insurance or that the medical system is structured to do after your hurt care. And part of that is that insurance usually, I mean, they ask us when we're verifying insurance, is this habilitative or rehabilitative? And they only pay if it's rehabilitative. So that's the medical system, why it's set up that way for physical therapy. So physical therapy is more of a get better after you're hurt, but then they teach you how to, hopefully take care of it in the future. So
yeah, and then kind of, thanks, Sarah. I think that the other thing then, so find a gym. It doesn't matter what gym you go to for people. Find a gym, but if you're not confident in figuring it out, how to do the exercises, that's where you may need to, where a small gym like Tate's or a small gym like mine, you might have a little more success because we'll take the time to teach you what to do. Where maybe other gyms that are less personal and larger won't do that.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much, Kim, and Sarah too, as you chimed in. Let's give Kim a hand. Thank you, Kim. Really appreciate you sharing your story today. Before we sign off today, I would just be curious to hear from those of you on with us today what your thoughts are about next month, Zoom or in person. We're starting to get back in some regards, but we don't want to rush things. It's just kind of good to get feedback from people. So maybe just throw that in the chat box for us, if you wouldn't mind, what your feelings are. We're just going to have to see, our Trek team is just monitoring the situation. It would depend if things would flare up again between now and, the first Tuesday of next month. But we do want to move to in person as soon as we feel that that would be a good thing and would increase participation, not decrease participation. We want to keep everybody safe too. So again, I want to thank our sponsor, Border Bank. Really happy and thankful for their sponsorship. And we have another door prize. So Kelsey, I'm going to hand it off to you.
Okay, so when Kim was talking, he mentioned he had a number of kids sign up before he purchased his new business. How many kids signed up before he just made that decision?
1640, then like 120 or 60.
Wow. Yep. I had one number written down.
Drew was really listening. Congratulations, Drew. So you can pick up a mug at Hometown Realty. Thank you. And just as we close, a preview of next month, Mike Berry, if you could share with us, who are our presenters in March?
Absolutely, Michelle. Next month, we're going to have Brenda Hamry from the Black Barn Home Decor. It's a startup business. And also Jordan Espaseth, who's a Lincoln High School graduate from Dallas Real Producers, will be live with us that day via Zoom.
Awesome. Yes, thank you for reminding. Next month will be via Zoom. So we're sticking with that for sure through March. So thanks for reminding me of that. And thank you everyone for hopping on with us today. Thank you. Again, March 2nd via Zoom. And until then, trek on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thanks. Good seeing you all.